The nun devotee was daring to the point that she intentionally left the entryway open and gradually eliminated her dress. At that point, an attractive young fellow came outside and was intrigued by what he saw. The lady realized she was being observed, yet she was all the while doing it deliberately. The kid's heart was beating, and his eyes were spacey. So he needed to take off. The lady takes a gander at the kid's figure with a self-satisfied look all over her. Name is Alicia. She's been separated for a considerable length of time without a renewed person. Each desolate night, she was unable to rest when she was on very nearly a breakdown. An attractive young fellow got her attention. The chief quickly acquainted Glenn with Alicia as the main event in their school, for his fantastic grades as well as for his melodic achievements. Alicia was immediately charmed to such an extent that each time she got back to her room, she would turn on her PC and partake in his tunes the following morning. Alicia was all grins when she figured out that she planned to give Glenn an example. However, similarly, as she showed up at the homeroom, she saw Glenn and Joe, a young lady from her group, looking at one another. Alicia is distraught and envy is composed all around her face. Quickly, she sorted out for the young lady to be situated in the first column to reduce most, if not all, connection with the kid she needed after class. The lady shouts to Glenn and questions him about his relationship. With Joey, the kid delays and tells Alicia he doesn't have anything to do with her. This answer fulfills the lady. However, at that point, following day, she saw Glenn playing with delight. Alicia was incensed and ended their conduct. The net, hateful back made her distraught. She grasped the cross on her chest. In any event, when her hand was penetrated after class, she left Glenn behind. By and by locating a dropping meshes, she sent him to her space to tut her alone. Then the lady returned inside, peeled off her uniform, changed into a hot night outfit, and left the entryway a container. As she applied the oils to her mate, Glenn was so stunned by what he saw that he needed to go fix. Yet in the end, reason went out. They separated. From lady of 10 years is appealing to the point that she experiences passionate feelings for a young fellow to make up for the shortfall in her heart. Despite the fact that he's her understudy, she doesn't wince. Unbeknown to her is the kid's presence that sends her spiraling into the void of affection. That day, Alicia saw Glenn fix in the nursery. It was an ideal open door. Alicia headed toward converse with him and UMB her bosom, on the guise that it was sweltering. The scene before him, the kid's mouth went dry. Alicia saw Glenn's response and quickly recollected the arrangement in her brain. In that night, Alicia slipped into Glenn's room and showed her affection for him. That kid, who still at his faculties, declined on the spot. After all, they are educators and understudies. However, the kid was clearly too youthful, a lady's smallest move, and is immediately baffled. Do you want to see part 2 of this video? Subscribe to the channel and comment part 2. Thanks for watching. I would see you at part 2.